The hospital corridors echoed with the faint cries of newborns and the steady beeping of machines. It should have been the happiest day of Maria's life, the day she welcomed her first child into the world. But instead, fear clutched her heart as she held her swollen belly, praying that the doctor's words, "We'll have to deliver early," wouldn't mean disaster. She had no idea that outside her room someone was plotting something cruel, something that would turn joy into chaos. Maria had always believed in love, in the kind of love that made you feel safe, complete, and seen. When she married Daniel, a charming businessman, she thought she'd found her forever. He was caring, gentle, and promised her a life free of pain and betrayal. For years they tried to have a baby, facing heartbreak after heartbreak, until finally Maria got pregnant. It was a miracle, one she protected fiercely. But miracles often attract jealousy. Lena, Daniel's mistress, had entered their lives like a shadow, quiet at first, but soon spreading darkness. Daniel had met her during a business trip, and what started as a mistake turned into an obsession. Lena was beautiful, manipulative, and knew how to twist emotions to her favor. When Daniel tried to end things, she refused to let go. And when she found out Maria was pregnant, something inside her snapped. The day Maria went into labor, Daniel rushed her to the hospital. He held her hand, tears in his eyes, whispering, "You're my world, Maria. You and our baby." For the first time in months, Maria felt hope again. But that hope shattered when Lena stormed through the hospital doors later that night. She was dressed in black, eyes filled with rage. "You think you can steal him from me?" Lena hissed as she burst into Maria's room. Nurses tried to stop her, but she shoved them aside, reaching for Maria's bed. "He said he loved me. You're nothing but a lie!" Maria gasped, clutching her stomach as the pain intensified. "Please," she cried. Weakly, "I'm pregnant. Stop." But Lena didn't stop. She grabbed Maria by the arm, shaking her violently before security rushed in. Daniel ran into the room just as the commotion broke out, pushing Lena away. "What have you done?" he shouted, his voice breaking. The doctors forced everyone out and rushed Maria into emergency surgery. Hours passed like lifetimes. Daniel sat outside, guilt eating him alive. His choices had brought this madness into their lives. When the doctor finally emerged, he looked exhausted. "Your wife is stable, and your daughter is a fighter." Daniel broke down in tears of relief. He held his newborn for the first time, a tiny miracle wrapped in pink. He whispered, "You'll never suffer because of me, I promise." Lena was arrested that night, but her story didn't end there. In court, as she sat trembling in the witness box, something unexpected surfaced. Her lawyer presented documents that changed everything, adoption papers from 2 decades ago. The judge raised an eyebrow. "Miss Lena, it seems your biological father is Daniel's father." The courtroom gasped. Lena froze, her world spinning. She wasn't Daniel's mistress, she was his half-sister. Daniel's face went pale as he whispered, "No, this can't be true." The affair that had nearly destroyed his marriage was built on a tragedy neither of them had known. Their father, a wealthy businessman, had abandoned Lena's mother years ago, leaving her to raise a child alone. Lena had grown up in poverty, hating a man she never knew, while Daniel had lived a life of comfort and privilege. Lena's tears fell as she realized the truth. I didn't know," she stammered. "All I wanted was to be loved, to be chosen." Maria, sitting weakly in a wheelchair beside Daniel, looked at Lena with a mix of pain and compassion. "You were chasing something you never had, a family." For a long time no one spoke. Then Daniel stepped forward, voice trembling. "We can't undo what's been done, but maybe we can stop the hate that destroyed our family." Months later, after Lena served time and received therapy, she visited the hospital again, not as a threat, but as someone seeking forgiveness. Maria was there with her baby girl, now healthy and smiling. When Lena walked in, Maria hesitated but then handed her the baby. "Meet Grace," she said softly. "She deserves to grow up in a world without bitterness." Lena held the child, tears streaming down her face. For the first time, she felt peace. Daniel stood behind them, watching the two women who had changed his life in such different ways. He finally understood love wasn't about perfection. It was about redemption, forgiveness, and the courage to rebuild after the storm. As the sun set outside the hospital window, Maria whispered, "Every wound heals, if we choose to let it." And in that moment, the family, broken, bruised, but reborn, found a new beginning. Message: no matter how deep the betrayal, forgiveness has the power to heal generations. Love isn't about never falling, it's about rising stronger every time.